Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. I hope you're all having a fabulous Friday thus far. I know I am. So let's see. We have so far a donation for Michelle De Leon. We're going to be jumping into our full moon of, I guess, collective reading. And if you missed my awakening from the awakening video, which is the thing that I have pinned on my main page of this channel, I'm still kind of unsure what I'm going to do as far as the moon transits and everything. Just knowing more what I know about the moon and the fact that it's not actually a organic construct, which I've always known in, the back of my mind, but just knowing more what I know about astrology and, the fact that a lot of it is put, in place as part of that 3D matrix. But at the same time, I like knowing what, we're to expect with the energy. So it's I don't want to feed the energy, but I want to know about the energy, if that makes sense. So I guess until I really figure out what I'm going to do with that, we'll just kind of continue business as usual, but setting the intentions that we can free ourselves from any or inorganic constructs that are placed over our energy field, including the moon, including the chakras, including, just anything else that's not serving our highest good, and us putting our intentions that we can utilize this energy, this information for our highest good without feeding the beast or the system, so to speak. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Hello, Linda. Welcome. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. That's just what he do. As I'm up here, he's downstairs by himself, and I think he's annoyed that I left him down there, so he's barking. But yeah, let's go ahead and we got 4 people, 0 likes on the video. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Florence B. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into our collective full moon reading. This full moon is actually happening in the sign of Gemini per Western astrology, Vedic astrology, and Cancer for the sign of Western astrology. But if you actually look up in the sky, it's going to be in its complete fullness at 4:09 my time, which is mountain time. So you will be able to see the full moon tonight. And when you look up in the sky, you can clearly see that it is in the Gemini constellation. That's why I follow Vedic astrology, because that's the actual placement of the moon, of the planets, of the, planetary bodies that we follow and study. So yeah, and it is in the I can't even talk. It's in the nakshatra of Purnavasu, which means return of the light. That is a very, I guess, important nakshatra to my life, because this full moon is exactly conjunct my North Node, or my Rahu, in my chart, and also my moon is about 4 degrees beyond that. So I'm really feeling it. Anyone else feeling this full moon energy? But let's just see what we need to know about this full moon energy for our lives, how we can best utilize this energy if it is part of the control matrix, just how we can rise above it, or how we can work with it to make it bend to our advantage, just whatever we need to know. Ooh, look at this. So yeah, we got the 3 of Cups here. So there might be some celebration. Someone here might be going to some sort of party or event. Ooh, wow, look at all this Cups energy. Yeah, feeling the love this full moon. So even if you're not feeling it quite yet, there's a lot of emotional flow going on right now. Self-love first and foremost, but your loving connections with your children, with your spouse, with your family, with your friends, your coworkers, the people that mean something in your life. This is spending quality time with them, planning a fun surprise for them. Maybe someone's planning a fun surprise for you. Could be someone's birthday, anniversary, a party. I keep seeing a party. But also with the 10 of Cups, this is a happy family dynamic, happy family life, just emotional contentment with whatever you have going on, not just your interpersonal relationships, but the things you're doing are bringing you emotional fulfillment over these next 2 or so weeks, I really see. So this is such good news that, maybe because we set the intention to rise above any, control system with the full moon energy, that we're taking our power back. That's really what I see with this. Let's just see anything else we need to know. Yes, taking our power back. Yet another cup. So we got the Queen of Cups here and also the Justice. So yeah, we definitely are balancing out this energy or using it to our advantage in some way. So with the Queen of Cups, this is, using your intuition, utilizing your emotions, but not allowing the emotions to take control, but you just kind of riding the wave and asking what these emotions are trying to tell you through these, coming days to a couple of weeks. And let's see, what else do we want to do here? Let's grab a couple of these cards. Anything we need to know for the full moon in Purnavasu Nakshatra. And that's the fixed star point, which in Western astrology will honor the nakshatra system. I think they call it lunar mansions, though, so it's a different thing. But yeah, very similar deal. So let's tune into the energy of the moon in Purnavasu Nakshatra. And we got two cards here. Ooh, we've got the snake with Kundalini rising. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. So there is a big transformation going on. And, much like the chakra system, there's, speculation that the Kundalini energy may even be something that's been hijacked or, siphoned from. So just watching your own energy, setting any kind of intention to keep the energy for yourself and for the highest good, not for any of these systems or controls that are put in place to hijack that energy from you. But you're being asked, especially with this Queen of Cups, which she does channel her creativity, her sensuality into everything she does anyway. But you're welcoming the transformation through channeling this creative passion that you're feeling for life, the sensuality, wanting to enjoy the good, fun things in life. We also have the swan here with another transformation message. Wow, graceful transformation. Soften your heart and find your flow. Yes, we were talking already about just being in the flow with those emotions. But a lot of times, if we are hardened or closed off to feeling those deeper aspects of ourselves, it can be very difficult to find that inner flow. All right, let's just see what else we need to know. I might even move these up a bit. Mess up the table like I do. All right, there. Okay. Anything else we need to know? Full moon in Western Cancer and Vedic, almost said Pisces, very interesting, Gemini. All right, we also have a donation coming in from Florence, so we will get to that. Okay, ooh, yes, let go and bury. So there's the death energy of the death and then the transformation, the rebirth, the rising from the ashes and all of that. We've got the number 17 here, which I'm not sure when the new moon is, but it's probably going to be a little bit past the 17th if I'm kind of doing my math correctly. 14 days beyond today would be past the 17th. But the January 17th might be a day that you are letting go or burying something that's no longer, fitting for you or something that you don't need to carry around anymore. All right. So let's see, anything else we need to know? Oh, 21st on your calendar. Thank you for letting us know when that new moon will be. That makes a lot of sense. All right. We have here recovery with the Arnica. Set that there. Again, my dog's barking once again. So yeah, recovery from a lot of emotional stuff from the past. We're closing the books on this. We're, letting that go, burying it, putting it to rest. This is not a spiritually bypassing way of doing it. This is a healing way of doing it to let it rest once and for all. And then we have impassive with the Mandrake. And it's very interesting because in a different deck I have the Mandrake. The word on that card is sensuality, which is very interesting because we have the word sensuality here. So this is, instead of being just impassive to your senses, to your emotions, this is feeling them fully, but being impassive to maybe the triggers, just, it's very interesting about, thinking or feeling how we feel before we react to what someone's saying or to something that's going on. Of course, in the moment, there's a car coming toward you, you veer out of the way, you act before you even think of what's happening, really. But this is more just day-to-day mundane exchanges with other people or outside triggers, outside situations, and just kind of feeling there's a sense of detachment here from that kind of stuff, but really feeling in and grounding yourself into your physical body is really what I see with this combination. All right. What else do we need to know for this full moon energy? Ooh, a wish is granted. I love to see it. Let's get a couple more. Oh, I guess we're getting all of these. So let's see. We also have chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. But a lot of times before that new can come in, something old has to go because we only have so much mental real estate, physical, emotional real estate to be able to allow so much into our life. We also have, yes, pale, time to get out of a situation. Could be something or someone you are leaving behind, past emotions, past traumas, wounds, baggage, quite possibly dealing with a woman. This almost appears to be the same woman. And this one, she's got her back turned to you, almost like she's leaving your life so someone new can enter. But dealings or relationship with a woman. And then broken wishbone. Very interesting how it says a wish will not be granted. But anytime this one comes out, I'm reminded of the fact that you actually have the winning piece of the wishbone on the card. So even though this wish will not be granted, it is for your highest good. It is, you're going to look back and say, thank goodness that thing didn't happen or my wish didn't come true in that regard. But there is also a wish that is being granted, okay? So it's almost like one wish granted, one wish not granted, but it's for your highest good, highest protection. So wow, there's a lot of just emotional baggage that seems to me to be on its way out during this full moon. So if you are feeling your feels, if you're feeling happy though as well, because there's a lot of celebratory and happy energy within this as well. So if you're really feeling the love, you don't need to go borrow, that wishing for clearing the baggage. Because when the baggage is ready to be cleared, it's usually very close to the surface. We don't have to go digging for it. So it's almost like a split for you guys watching right now. That some of you are just feeling like you're on an upward trajectory. Things are great. You're ready to celebrate. You're ready to try new things and let certain things go. Others of you really are leaning into the more emotional aspect and doing that healing inner work so that you can have this really beautiful and graceful transformation. But some of you, that being said, some of you might be feeling a bit like the ugly duckling right now. Not so much physically, but just emotionally. Just like, where do I even belong? I don't even know what I want out of life. I feel so lost. I feel so stagnant, confused. If that's you right now, just know with this beautiful energy we have coming in, this is going to balance out to where you're going to feel more in your own zone. You're going to be going with the flow of life and feeling ready to take on the challenge of becoming your greatest version. And again, those of you that already feel like you're in the flow of the universe right now, then just keep going with that. You're already, 10 steps ahead of, some of the others of us. So, wow, what a beautiful reading for you guys. I'm so excited. Some good stuff came out. But yeah, any wishes that aren't coming true at this time, it doesn't mean though, because I'm getting this major download of, it doesn't mean that this wish will never come true. It just means maybe the timing is slightly off for it because there's something else that needs to go, be responded to, be removed from your life first before the wish can be granted. But that might just be for one or two of you. Others of you, this wish is not granted, like full stop, because it's not meant for you and there's something much better waiting for you. Because to me, whatever you're wishing for is almost like you're settling for the lesser of two evils, or you're kind of settling for something that isn't even part of your dream. So that, I hope that makes sense. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with Michelle De Leon. She can go ahead and post her question. I'm going to put these away, take a quick drink of my water, and we are off to the races today. Looks like Florence is posting her questions. Thank you so much for that. We'll get into hers right after Michelle. And anyone else looking to donate, we will get you on the books today. And there's something else I was going to say. Now I don't remember. Think. It was good, I think. I don't remember now. Oh, man. I guess we can fill it in with a bit of advertising. So over on Harmony Portal Tarot, I actually do have a New reading out. It is the Journey Home to Yourself reading, just uncovering more of your authentic self or coming home to your authentic self. I thought it was a very powerful reading, and it was, one of my prouder readings in the most recent future, or recent past, I should say. um, but I'm really excited about getting that one out there to you guys so that you can benefit if there is something for you to benefit from in that reading. It was a very empowering reading, just feeling the love, feeling empowered in your own journey of life and not feeling, like there's more work to do. So it was good in that aspect. Okay. Take a quick drink of my water. Hopefully I fixed it. It's not loud. Very quiet today. Yay, quiet water bottle vibes. Okay, Michelle has a date tonight. Woo woo, exciting. I didn't even realize it was a full moon, and I'm not sure if that's the most ideal time to have a first date, but anything Spirit wants me to know about him, any advice? It can be a very promising time because unlike what most people think, that full moon is just full of chaos and craziness and, the lunatics come out. I mean, yeah, all that's true as well. But at the same time, think of it this way. The moon is in its full luminosity and it's in its full brilliance. It can't get any bigger, any brighter, any better, right? Energetically speaking. So I would say it's a perfect time. Yeah, you might be feeling, you know, a little more than, as far as like intuition, your intuition might be on point. So you might be reading more into his body language or just more tuned into, the pauses or what he's, saying between the words or what he's not saying. But yeah, let's tune in. So I'd say it's a pretty great time to go on a date. I really would. Full moon, going on a date. So anything Spirit wants Michelle to know about this date tonight and any advice? Well, look, this came out in the collective. He might be a fire sign, doesn't necessarily have to be, but he's in his more softer side of the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the more quiet ego, I guess we could say. Oh, but we've got the balance here. So look at that. Very balanced energy. So yeah, he might be a little full of himself. We're not gonna lie, there is a lot of ego present here. Or he might be, just kind of, I don't know, just talking a lot or, trying to put up like that he's, I don't know, because it's not like he's lying, but it's almost like he feels maybe a little bit inadequate that he has to brag up himself a little bit, which it's not a lie, but let's just say it's not who he truly is as far as him feeling like he has to prove himself. I see his energy is pretty decent. He's a decent person. So let's just put that out there. He's not completely run by ego. Oh, he's a Gemini. Ooh, this makes sense. Gemini is a lot of us. I'm a Gemini moon and North Node. A lot of us can see both sides of a completely opposite conversation. Think of the Republicans and the Democrats. A Gemini can see why the Republicans think what they think and why the Democrats think what they think, or different religions or different viewpoints. So that's cool. He might have some fire in his rising or his moon sign, quite possibly, or some other areas, or it's just that the fire trine in his chart is very active. We can see it that way too. So yeah, let's see. Anything else, Michelle? I want to get one more from the tarot just to see anything more about his personality. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Well, he's going to be definitely interested in you, and this is like new love vibes. So obviously it's a date reading, so we already kind of understood that. But the fact that the Ace of Cups comes out when we've already determined, yes, this is a love reading, lets us know he's into you, even if he pretends he's not, which I don't really see he's going to pretend he's not into you. I think you'll at least end the date with a kiss or something like that. Like it feels like you guys are, into each other, at least on a, physical and maybe even intellectual level. But let's just see anything else we need to know specifically about his personality. Yeah, there's that balance. Yet again, very balanced person. You can see a lot of, different sides of the coin. And Temperance is also Sagittarius energy. So he might have a lot of Sagittarius. Speaking of all that fire in his chart. Yeah. Ooh, Eight of Swords. So he's also, first date vibes. He might be in a little bit in his head, like, does my breath smell bad? Am I talking too much? Does she think I'm cute? He's going to be in his head about these things. And there's, like I was saying with the ego, this is very ego energy, lower octave of the devil. Again, I don't see this as him trying to lie to you in any way. It's just he's nervous and wants to put his best face forward. So if you can kind of see if he is kind of bragging himself up in kind of an ego type of way, um, just because you have the foreknowledge of it, it almost is like you can be like, oh, that's cute, like in your mind, and not like, call him out on it. You know what I mean? You're just kind of like, okay, I see what you're doing. You're nervous. So who wouldn't want to really put their best foot forward during a date? Like, I get it. I get it. But let's see. Anything else Michelle needs to know? Let's go to this one, see if there's any keywords that pop out. Ooh, look at this. I mean, come on now. You guys are in to each other. Yeah, I mean, you guys might be mirrors of each other, so if this resonates as you kind of coming forward through this as well, quite possibly. But especially, feeling nervous, feeling like, oh no, what if I say the wrong thing? Like, I think every first date is kind of like, we don't want to mess up, right? And then warding. So just protecting yourself, not from him, but just from your own thoughts of, oh, I'm going to sabotage this. That's really how I'm reading this. So just telling yourself either in your head or out loud that I'm going to nail this. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to do good. You really can't say the wrong thing to a Gemini. Like, we're probably, I'm not like I'm the end all be all of Geminis, but I do have my moon in Gemini. And, a lot of my life is ruled by Gemini right now because I'm in my Mercury Mahadasha as far as Vedic astrology goes, well, Gemini specifically. But like, I've noticed since I've entered my Mercury Mahadasha back in 2010 that I'm just so much less judgmental than I ever was. And I'm not at all a judgmental person. So it's almost like almost anything someone says to me just won't phase me. I'm just like, okay, let's work with this. What are we talking about here? Like, yeah, Brianna's right. And Gemini suns are much the same. All right, what else does Michelle need to know? We have funnel, period of frustrations, lessons to be learned. I'm really feeling this is more before the date, not during. We have yes. You guys, let's just say with these 3 cards, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is going to be a pretty strong attraction. I'm not going to lie. And then we have your reconciliation because, I don't think you've dated this person before. And isn't it funny? Isn't it like an upside down pineapple? Don't quote me on this because I might be making this up. But I think I heard that's like a swingers thing. Like people who are like in relationships and then they like go off and pair off with other people. Polyamory. But this to me feels like this is someone from a past life. Yes, past life energy coming in hot. All right, what else for Michelle? And then dog, close up, pleasure with a close friend. So at the very least, well, let's not lie. There's going to be a spark here, but at the very least, you're going to feel like you can trust him. Like he's like friendly energy. You want to talk to him. He wants to talk to you. It's a friendship connection, but also so much more I see here. And then lighthearted, carefree time. So you're going to have fun. At the very least tonight, you're going to have fun. There's sparks flying. I see a good time. So yeah, let's just see as far as any advice goes. Let's get this little deck out to play. Any advice for Michelle for her date tonight? I think we did get some pretty good advice about just staying out of your head and setting those intentions not to self-sabotage by not thinking you're worthy or any of that. But any advice for Michelle? Ooh, persevere, leave no stone unturned. So yeah, just show up and show the real you as real as you can be. And, he's going to like it. Just you being in your authentic self. And again, with this celebration card here that we didn't talk much about now that I'm thinking back, this is reunion with soul family. So it makes sense with this, reconciliation of past life energy and love. There is a love connection from a past life, whether, you were married or, were siblings or enemies or whatever you were in a past life. There was still at the root of a lot of the past lives, a connection of love. One more word of advice for Michelle. Radiance, keep your head held high and follow the sun. Yes, you're going to be feeling yourself, maybe at times also not feeling yourself, but just shine your light as bright as you can. Just be yourself. Don't feel you're going to scare him off by laughing too loud or, just not talking, just be as authentic as you can. And I see things go. Okay. Exciting. Well, you'll have to come let us know how it goes. I mean, according to this, it's not going to be a complete flop. So, yes, we have high hopes here. And now that song by, I think is it Panic at the Disco, that High Hopes song? I don't know. Maybe listen to that. Get yourself amped up to date. All right. Maybe that's Fall Out Boy. I sometimes confuse those two for some weird reason. All right. No, I want to say it's Panic at the Disco. I'm pretty sure anyway. You would know, Michelle. I know that's kind of your vibe with music. All right. So I hope that resonated. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, it's hot in here now. Woohoo! Oh no, it's lagging. Oh no. Well, hopefully on the replay you'll be able to get everything that we uncovered. I just don't know why. It has to do that when we're in the thick of some fun stuff. Okay, Florence is next, and then we have Brianna donating for a full reading as well. So we've got 2 for Florence. So 1 and then plus a 1 card. And then there is our current list. We just double, triple check that I didn't skip anybody. Nope, we're good. Alrighty. So we go over here, up here, I should say, to Florence's questions. So question 1. So I was in a lot of pain today because of health issues. Is this the process of healing right now? Will I get over the health issue this year? Oh, I'm sorry you're dealing with that. That's not fun. But let's see. The pain that Florence was in today, is this because of health issues? And of course, remember, I'm no medical professional. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, we're tuning into the energy of the pain just to see if this is because of the health issue. Ooh, I would say this is, because the Empress is a very grounded energy. It's a very earthly energy. So yeah, this is kind of the symptom of, I would say, more than one kind of, physical health issue that you've had going on. But at the root of, I'd say, probably 99.99999% of our physical health issues, there is a spiritual root cause. So I would say there's at least 2 health issues, or maybe multiples, so more than 2 or more, we will say, that are causing the pain that you're having today. But you're healing it. So that's letting you know, the pain is letting you know that it's healing. Ooh, yes, you're balancing more than one health condition or health issue for sure. But because these 2 ladies look very similar, I'm saying, or like seeing one is more like, it's more impactful on your life than the other health issue, if that makes sense. So one of the health issues is bigger or broader or has been impacting your life longer than, say, the other or the multiple other health issues. So I would say one health issue sticks out bigger than, say, the others, if that makes sense. I hope I'm articulating that right. But let's just see with the pain. Let me scroll back up to her question so I can get it exactly right. Is this in the process of healing? Ooh. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. It's very funny because 2 very contradictory cards came out, but I'm seeing the fact that these smaller ailments, I think, are on their way out, so you won't have to deal with them. This is very swift-moving energy. So if you're dealing with 2 health ailments, I would say the bigger one, the one that maybe feels more scary or bigger, you're still dealing with that a bit, but the other health issue or issues are on their way out. You are doing the healing, you're growing, you're moving on from those. The bigger health issue you have, it's going to take some time and patience because, like, healing, it comes in layers. If we were to just heal everything overnight, sometimes it's just way too much for the physical body to process. But with the Empress coming out, this is letting you know, Florence, you are in control of your healing journey. So what your body can handle, it will handle. What it can't handle or tolerate, it will save it for a later time. And that's actually such a gift because we don't want to have to, overload ourselves. Think of a detoxing process when you're trying to detox something from your body. If you do too much too fast, you'll get those Herxheimer reactions. And we don't want that. We don't want your body to go in complete overload. The fact that you are feeling these physical symptoms is letting you know you're kind of at your capacity for healing. So you really are, right at the maximum, like throttled capacity for doing that healing. Your body and I see like your higher self, your inner self are really working together to heal all these ailments, with the mental and emotional work that you're also doing to overcome or, heal from these physical ailments. This is going to help you working all of these aspects together to eventually overcome this. Yeah, look, it's going to take work, it's going to take effort, but you setting intentions to heal, doing the healing work, showing up for yourself, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, eating the best, drinking really good water, doing what you know is best intuitively, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually for your body and for your overall physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health, all the things. Putting in that effort, putting in that work, researching things you can do, just using your intuition for things you can do. Continuing to go down this road of healing is only going to keep paying you back in such a good way by further healing your, everything, your body, your mind, your emotions, and your spiritual path. All right, anything else? Actually, I want to move to this deck. The Kitchen Witch. I love this one. All right, any other words of advice or wisdom for Florence now that we know she is doing some healing work on these ailments? Ooh, yes, it's taking courage to actually, do this healing work. So job well done. You are doing what's needed. This is a very courageous knight. He acts before he thinks, which you might think is not a good idea, right? But in this case, this is, to me, feeling like your body's innate intelligence to take over and just attack anything that is, not serving you anymore, to get it out. You're so welcome, Michelle. You love that song. Yay. All right. Whatever else do we need to know for Florence before we close this part out? Ooh, yes, trusting your intuition. Every step of the way, trusting that intuition and having the courage to trust yourself. Sometimes that can be the hardest thing, is to trust our own intuition, especially on our own healing journey. We want to put our health in the hands of doctors or specialists or, people that we think know better than us. But who knows us better than our own inner self / higher self and our own physical body? Our body knows how to heal ourselves better than anything out there or anyone out there. So trusting the process and, the foods that you eat, the things you consume, not just with your mouth, your food and drink, but also the things you consume with your eyes. What programs or TV shows are you watching? And making the things that you're consuming all around actually beneficial for your mind, body, and soul and your healing journey. Because when we, watch garbage TV, which, guilty pleasure, whatever, but when we're just doing these things and we're kind of checking out mentally, we're not really doing ourselves a service. And then when we're eating garbage food, which, it's probably one of the bigger temptations on this planet, is all the processed and garbage food that just tastes so good and we get so addicted to it. It's hard. It's hard. But taking the proper steps, having the courage to say no to these things when we know they're not in our best interest, it's going to take work, it's going to take practice, it's going to take patience, but you're going to be able to overcome this, and using your intuition every step of the way to help you is only going to benefit you. All right, so that, I hope, answered your first question about the pain that you've been in. All right, where is that deck? There it is. Okay, and we're going to get into Florence's second question. And then Brianna is on deck. You are so welcome, Florence. Yeah, that might be one you want to timestamp or bookmark this reading for future use. Right as I'm saying that, it's 33:33 on the timer here on the countdown, or I guess it's not a countdown, it's a count up. How long we've been live? Let's get that straight. There we go. So yes, second question for Florence. Is it a good idea to travel to Australia this spring or somewhere else? Okay, let's ask Australia and then somewhere else. Okay, is it a good idea for Florence, in her highest and best good, to go to Australia this spring? Okay, is it in her best interest instead to go somewhere else? She doesn't want to go back, so that is it. Okay. Well, I would say it might take a little longer than springtime. I don't know if it has something to do with possible travel restrictions because of the panny, the P word we don't all want to say, as far as the thing that's kind of hijacked everything the last couple years, the illness, the sickness going around. Um, it might be some travel restrictions. That could be why. This is not a no, though. This is just, it might be closer to summer that you're going, or later on this year that you're going, instead of maybe when you're thinking. As far as going somewhere else, I would say yes. This is a big yes. This is taking a leap of faith, maybe even going somewhere that hasn't even crossed your awareness yet. A place you've never really thought of going, or maybe you haven't thought of going there recently, but it'll line up. And it might even be somewhere close to a big city, but in a more natural environment close to a big city, or at least like less than a day's drive from a big city, I see here in the background. But let's just see any guidance for Australia and then guidance for somewhere else for Florence. Anything she needs to know about traveling to Australia, any guidance? We have here attract through glow. So this is definitely not a no. This is, if you have your heart set on going to Australia, I see you being able to go. It's just, it might be a little more difficult, a couple more hoops to jump through with travel restrictions or passports, or I'm not exactly sure. It just to me feels like paperwork, finding or signing and filling out paperwork. But if this is something you have your heart set on, then I would not give up on it. I would just keep pursuing this. But guidance or knowledge, information on going somewhere else. What does Florence need to know? We have here evolve into your complexity. I can't talk today. What is it? Mercury retrograde. Let's blame Mercury. So this is you just tuning into your inner self, your higher self. Yes, hello, Getaleka. I am still here, and we are open for sure. Just to discover where would you most benefit from traveling to. Somewhere fresh and exciting and fun. It feels very cool. But let's just see travel in general for Florence before we close this one out. Travel in general for 2023, specifically spring of 2023, because that's what your question was about. Florence, here it is. Kangaroo. Well, look at that. The land down under is popping up. So if you have your heart set, don't give up, even if it looks like it's going to be hard work and a lot of paperwork. Keep pushing through and knowing that you can make this happen. But there's also other opportunities, other places you can go that will really, feed your soul in such a big and beautiful way. But yeah, have the courage. You are being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. That's exactly what this is just continuing to work in that direction. Even if you have to delay it by a season or a couple of months, you're still going to get there. Ultimately, you will be visiting Australia. I mean, this is guaranteed. It just might take a little harder work than you were expecting. Maybe it costs more money. That could also be a thing. But attracting through glow, just shining your light and putting it out there to the universe and working in that direction, because this is a workhorse card here, working hard to get there. You're going to make it happen. All right. Wow, that was cool. What confirmation, though? I mean, what animal besides maybe the koala could we have gotten, which I don't even know if there's a koala in here. It's a newer deck, but I seem to be getting like the same 5 or 6 cards out of this deck like every time I shuffle. But that's because it's collective energy. Oh my goodness, so cool. Yeah, you absolutely have the power to do this. So manifest it. If that's what you want, you make it happen, lady. All right, Brianna, and I think she has left her question over on PayPal. So I will check that out after I take a quick drink of water. Quick drink. Okay. Now, and we have Getaleka's donation coming in as well. So you are right after Brianna. We're about to start. Will you give me a 2023 reading for overall outcome of LILE? We'll just call it Lyle for short, okay? I need some specific confirmations that will supercharge my confidence and relight the embers of my passion. Yes, let's get the overall outcome for 2023 for Lyle. The little acronym, you've got that. Okay, read that one more time. So 2023 reading Yes, you're a confident queen this year. You need some specific confirmations that will supercharge her confidence and relight the embers of her passion. So the sunflower and a black cat might be symbols. Maybe even the lion could be symbols that you are on the lookout for to let you know you're on the right path. Let me go back over here. Overall outcome, I would say you're coming out on top, whatever that looks like. Even if you're not completely realizing your dream or whatever Lyle is meant to be, like total, like grand sum of your life, you're feeling very confident when that calendar page turns from 23 to 24 at the end of the year. You're going to be feeling very good about the trajectory you're on, the distance you've covered on your project. Yes, you got a big yes here. Big, this here is the clarity and the confirmation and the truth. The truth shall set you free is what I'm hearing. So especially if you're doing anything to speak truth or to help people's lives in some way, you are absolutely on the right track, the right direction. That all being said, you know your clear path to what you want to create or establish or make happen in your life, and specifically with Lyle, this project. It's not going to come without its challenges, though, because maybe not everybody sees your vision. Maybe there's more money, time, effort, resources needed to devote to this. But let's see. But usually the Seven of Wands does prevail. She is standing strong. She's holding the Ace of Wands. That's inspiration, that's desire, that's drive, that's passion for this project. And she's also holding that Ace of Wands. But that also leaves over the Six of Wands, which is victory. I like to read these things in, even deeper than just the fact that it's Seven of Wands, having to defend your belief systems. I break it down. Okay, she's holding one of the wands, and there leaves 6 remaining, which is the victory card. But again, the victory comes after some hard-won battles of the 5 of Wands. So, it is not going to be all easy peaches, roses, and rainbows, but at the same time, you're going to feel very good about the blood, sweat, and tears you've put into this. You're the one left holding that sword of truth, that inspiration, that spark of divinity that has helped inspire this project. Ooh, this one flipped. And we have the Hanged One, but it was kind of doing this little dance on my arm. So at times during 2023, you might feel stuck or, wow, I'm overwhelmed. What's the point of keeping going? But there will be that sword of truth coming in to help you see things from a higher perspective that will keep you going. So you might have your ebbs and your flows, your ups and your downs with this project, but at, the grand total, the sum total of what you're doing and what you're experiencing with this project, you're definitely seeing that it's working, that you're coming out on top, that you're shining. Yes, I know, right? I love that. That is so you. That is so also like Mama Monica coming through to let you know you have her support, I should say. Look at this. Yes. Seeing beyond the veil. Utilizing your God-given or spiritual gifts and talents to help you with this project. If this project has anything at all to do with spirituality, big win, big yes, you're on the right track. But also, that all being said, the High Priestess also deals with illusions. But I love being able to pair these two together and this one as well to see through any illusions, to see through any half-truths or untruths that are surrounding maybe even your own thought process of, this is too big of a project. Who am I to say I can do this? That is a half-truth. That is an illusion. It's an untruth, not even a half-truth. It's an untruth. It's an illusion. But a lot of times those negative forces or dark entities can get into our heads, literally, and feed us this BS of we're not good enough, we're not worthy, we can't change the world with one thing we're doing. But yes, every little action we do changes the world in some way. So you're getting that clarity through any illusions that are coming up, because this in your reading, even if you have those moments of confusion or just not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, this is going to trump that every single time. Might take a couple days or weeks where you're feeling like, oh, what am I even doing here? But at the end of the day, this is what's going on. All right. Anything else Brianna needs to know about LILE? All right, this one and this one. Okay, so we have here the polar bear, nurture. And that's very mother-daughter, mother-child energy right there. Allow any anxieties or worries to be gently released and offered up to be healed. Yes, when you are feeling overwhelmed about this project, it's saying, Jesus, take the wheel, or, higher self, help me, or whatever, you don't have to do it all alone. But then look, wise woman, that is exactly what this is with the raven. So seeing polar bear symbolism, also raven symbolism, is going to let you know you're on the right track. A change is coming. But again, this is for the better. You're seeing the truth of the situation, which might even just be the fabric of reality. You're seeing through the veil, through the illusions of what this world is. And sometimes that can feel very disconcerting, very disheartening even. But at the end of the day, you're here to make a difference in this world, and you will be shown the way. Wow, that is powerful. All right, any other words of advice or wisdom for Brianna? Of course, this is about my channel, the same one. I love it. But look, beginnings, don't be afraid to start small. Literally, that's how we start over here on YouTube. And then listen, be alert to the soft chiming bells that call to nearby fairies. But listening to your own intuition, your own higher wisdom that's coming through. And if at times it feels like the subscribers aren't coming in, or the content isn't getting the views or the engagement you wanted, just know that literally anything could happen at any moment. Lightning could strike, the algorithm could pick up a video, and then before you know it, other videos are being binge watched. You just never know when that's going to happen. But don't be afraid to start small. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And in fact, I would say do authentically put yourself out there, because so many people can benefit from the message, the content that you are putting out. All right, let's just get one more, a couple more. Anything else Brianna needs to know on this journey for 2023? We have camel, persevere, and you will overcome problems. That's what that would be. And then elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. A wise woman. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, that is so powerful. So if anything, you are learning so much about yourself, about life, about other people, about YouTube, about just so much this year. And not only are you learning, you're going to then be able to share that learning experience with other people. It's very powerful what you've got going on here. So when you start that channel, lady, you're going to have to come back and let us know so we can all come over and subscribe. That is amazing. Super exciting. And I have chills on my crown yet again. So Mama Monica's going to be there to help bump that algorithm in her baby's direction. Oh, Burma's here. Hello, Burma. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, that's your reading. I hope it resonated for you. I'm excited. Like, sign me up. Yes. Super exciting what you've got coming in. And yeah, it might have its ups and its downs this year, but at the end of the year, you're going to see how far you've come. So you got to start small. You got to start somewhere with that new beginning card, but you will start to see that progression and the progress. All right. I miss you too, Burma. I hope you're doing well. Put back. Oh yeah, get to Leka, and I think you have left your comment or your question in the section over there on PayPal. You're doing all righty. Oh, good. Yes, the time is now. You are so welcome. Absolutely. They are doing well. Yeah. Lots of basketball. Oh no, I'm dropping cards. Lots of basketball, lots of band concerts and whatnot with my older one. It's fun though. It's so fun. As my phone falls down and the big light obelisk that holds it up. Let me grab that too. I'm just dropping everything all of a sudden. All right, let's see. Put these ones back. Grab that real quick. Okay. And there we go. Take a quick drink of my water, and then we're going to get to Leka's question, which I think let me turn the phone the right side up. Yeah, Get to Leka is our last donation for the day thus far. So anyone else looking, we got my wonderful pile of crystals just hanging out on the corner here. They are pretty. I love just staring at the citrine. Wait. Isn't she pretty? This actually right here is a smoky citrine. Or no, it's this one. One is smoky, this one is, and then this one's just regular. Okay. So, put those there. Oh, Katie has donated as well. And, oh, yep, and so has Burma. Okay, so I will update our list right quick. So we've got Katie has donated first, and then Burma. Okay, so Gitaleka is next. And then there's our current list. Okay, so Gitaleka wants to know, how will 2023 be for me in months/quarters? Okay, so we're going to get a card. We'll kind of do a mini reading for each quarter if that's how you want to do it. So we'll do the first quarter of 2023. How will this be for Gitaleka overall? Okay, ooh, we have the Queen of Cups. Second quarter for 2023 for Gitaleka. Third quarter. And fourth quarter. I don't know why I wanted to flip that, but there you go. Wow. There's like a crossroads energy coming in at the end of the year. The Hermit, which makes sense for what's going on with just the universal energy of the year 2023. 2 + 0 + 2 + 3 = 7. So a lot of us are feeling more introspective, more contemplative, more ready to learn about who we are and what we're here to do. But the first quarter, so January, February, March, Gitaleka, you've got a lot of emotional support from spirit, but also just feeling very intuitive, very knowledgeable about what you're here to do, about your earth mission, about what you want to accomplish, who you want to be when you grow up, so to speak. But this to me feels more in your personal life / like hobbies, things you want to spend your time doing when you're not at work. As far as the second quarter, I just see you wanting to research, wanting to learn. This could even be learning about things that have to do with your job, maybe some sort of certification that you are renewing, or some sort of conference you might be going to for work, some sort of get together, or yeah, I see it like as a conference. I don't know if you guys have conferences. I assume that you have conferences in India, like we have here in the US. But to me, this feels like you're learning a lot. You're gaining a lot of wisdom, not only about your life and yourself, but about how your skills are. Like, what are your skills at work, and just in your personal life as well. By the third quarter, third quarter, there might be some sort of promotion, raise, or new job where you're in the driver's seat. You are like the big boss, is what I see with this. If this is not literally like as far as like a title change, this could be some sort of big bonus, big promotion coming to you, but also just feeling very content in the material world, feeling very content, very comfortable in your home, with your family, with your close connections, with your birds, just feeling very close to animals. With the King of Pentacles energy is very humanitarian energy, wanting to give back, maybe even making generous donations for people or animal causes, Mother Nature causes. These kind of things can be seen here. And then with the Seven of Cups energy toward the end of the year, the last quarter of the year, you're going to be having some new, and I'm going to pull a clarifier on this just to see what area of life this opportunity, or just maybe even confusion, because there are so many new opportunities or routes you could take in life. Is this more business or personal? It feels more personal. This could even be in relationships. If you're wanting to get into a romantic relationship, if you're not already, I don't think I even know your relationship status. But a lot of times love life stuff doesn't even really come up for you in most of the readings we do. So it's very interesting this is coming out now. Maybe you are deciding to get in a love relationship in the last quarter, or if you're already in one, you're taking things to another level. Let's just see. Yeah, look at this. We've got the Ace of Cups confirming the love coming in. And this love doesn't have to be romantic love if that's not what you're looking for. This can be platonic love. This could be like soulmate kind of love, even family love, just, really wanting to connect deeper or have these stronger bonds with the people that you love or that you have in your life. But let's just see overall, now that we've kind of broken the 4 quarters down, just overall, wow, look at that. Your hard work's paying off. So the things you've done, you know, to really get yourself where you are in your career, in your personal relationships, just in your own life in general, that hard work that you put in the past is really paying off. People are really feeling connected to you in healthy ways. I see really healthy ways. Anything else Getuleka needs to know overall for 2023? Yeah. Make sure, though, with all this hard work you've put in the past and probably even in the present of the year 2023, that you're also taking care of yourself, taking the proper rest, not, you know, getting to burnout, which can happen with the King of Pentacles. You know, because the big boss, you know, that's the one that has to take care of everyone and everything, right? So make sure you're also taking the time to take care of you on your downtime. Let's just see anything else Getuleka needs to know for 2023. And we have the hedgehog, acceptance, embrace who you are. And that is a big part of what is going on, like at the beginning, first quarter, and even the fourth quarter of your, and even the second quarter, really every quarter, except maybe the third quarter. You're just really feeling into your emotional state and, you know, who you are on those deeper levels, deeper aspects, your spiritual connection to yourself and your guides and whatever that looks like for you personally. But you really are embracing who you are and just learning to love yourself on an even deeper level as well, which is very powerful. All right, anything else for Getuleka that she needs to know? 2023. We have bouquet, compliments from an admirer, and I definitely want to put this over here. So there is definitely love in the air. It doesn't have to be romantic love, but at the very least, this is, you know, deep, just unconditional love from someone in your life coming in toward the end of the, you know, like end of the year, the fourth quarter there. Keep going with these. Anything else? We have frying pan, trouble, accusations, and then dogs, getting together with friends. So I would say any trouble or accusations, I'm not really reading the accusations as part of this. To me, this just feels trouble. And again, I'm really seeing this maybe going to work as far as just feeling the burnout that we were talking about. That's how I'm really interpreting this. Not allowing you to get burned out because you're doing too much, taking on too much responsibility and overworking yourself. That's mostly what I see with this. Balance all that hard work out with also getting together with friends, getting together with family, and you're going to be just fine. And I think that's why the Four of Swords came in here to remind you, you know, don't get burned out. You know, make sure you're taking time for yourself as much as everybody else and everything else in your life. And when you can balance that out, you're going to be much better off than just working. All right. So that's your message. I hope it resonated. Sounds like a pretty powerful year for you and just really learning and knowing who you are on a deeper level, which is always good when we can understand ourselves even better than we already do. So awesome. All right. So up next, we got Katie P, and then Burma is on deck. All right. Put these back. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate after I put these back. Okay. Alrighty. Take a quick drink of my water. Oh, Katie's already got her question out. Perfect. Okay. So let's really clear the deck. I might even sage, or I'm going to get my Palo Santo out here in a second. Really sage or Palo Santo, clear the cards. This is probably my hardest deck to shuffle because each card in and of itself is like the thickness of 3 of my regular other cards. There we go. We got a good shuffle on that one. But I am really quickly going to light this Palo Santo. Okay. Cleanse the cards real good here. I love the way Palo Santo smells. It's such a clean, sweet scent to me. I don't know why. I love it. Okay. Oh, made a mess, as always. Wouldn't be a tarot reading if I didn't have sage crumbles all over my table. Okay. All right, Katie. You're so welcome, Getuleka. Thanks again for your lovely donation. All right. So, Katie, what will happen next with Jordan and Katie in the next 3 months? Ooh. Okay. Wow. Okay. So there might be a big fallout, which I think maybe this is even past energy coming in, but then there's a new opportunity to kind of rebuild from what once was, maybe having to tear down everything that once was and starting over fresh. There is a possibility for that. Oh, camera. Okay, so there is a possibility for a fresh start, but if there hasn't been a complete, destruction of what already was, why isn't that going away? Which I think you've already kind of been through that, right? Let's get a clarifier to see if this tower is in the past position. Whoa. Wow, we got a lot to clarify that with. So they all came out in reverse. So the dumping out of love. So instead of new love, it's like letting love go. Then we have the Two of Swords, confusion, but getting maybe a bit of clarity. And then King and Queen of Wands. And I stagger these back. I know these came out for someone. This was for Michelle's reading. They came out together, but they're in reverse. And to me, this is maybe representing you, representing him. So if this is in the past, this makes sense with what I know for the past of this relationship. But they're letting us know that there's a potential for a new beginning with the two of you, but it also still could end almost the same way as it did the first time. I'm just going to ask right out, is this past energy that we're tuning into? Because I think that's a very important thing to know here. Is this all past energy? I don't know that it is, because it's like the page is taking that Ace of Pentacles. So yes, it's definitely past energy for one thing, but it could also be like history repeating itself after this new beginning if you do things the same way or try to have the same conversations or just basically pick up where you left off. Then you will probably get the same result you did the first time. Let's get some advice for Katie and Jordan for the next 3 months as far as moving ahead, moving on. Okay, so I really do see that for the most part, you will be spending most of the next 3 months just not together, not in a relationship, is what I see with the Hermit here. Because the Hermit is a very solitary, very individualistic energy. But let's just see if there is any potential for a reconciliation or a moving forward romantically between Katie and Jordan over these next 3 months. I would say there is, but again, it has to do with closing out the old yuckiness, the old arguments, the old, shutting down or not facing emotions. More on Jordan's part, I see, than your part. But, this is the signing of a contract, the coming together. So there is potential for coming together. But let's just see the most likely outcome as far as things stand right now. And remember, you can change and shift this. You don't like the answer you get, changing the actions you take can make it a completely different result. So just keep that in mind, because nothing is set in stone. Everyone has free will here. Ooh, yeah, that's nostalgia. That's going back to the past, which is kind of what, we were tuning in. Like, yeah, you can reconcile. But again, with the Six of Cups, a lot of times that can be getting caught in a loop, caught in a cycle, history repeating itself. So let's just see any words of advice or wisdom for Katie as far as not repeating the past, not having the same tower moment in the future that she had in the past with Jordan. What is the best advice coming out for her to overcome this and actually have a healthy, committed, stable relationship? Instead of focusing so much on the past, it's turning around and seeing the love that's still there. Basically taking from the ashes of that tower the good things, the love, the stability, if there is any, and focusing on rebuilding from that. But having to bring up the same old conversations, the same old arguments, the same old, remember when you did this, that's not going to get anyone where they want to be in the future. So it's almost like you have to have a conversation with him that is just basically putting the past to rest and doing your own individual healing on it, and then seeing if you can come to some future agreement, which does involve love. You know, the Two of Cups is a soulmate connection, that you can build a brand new tower with the stability or the foundation of the love you still share. It's possible. It's just you both have to be on board, and you both have to work on healing yourselves to make this thing work. And I know, I can feel energetically for you, Katie, you're ready to go all in. You're ready to heal. You're ready to do whatever you need to do to make this happen. I just don't know that he even knows where to start for healing his part of this, let alone how he can follow through on that. So let's just see energetically where he's at right now. We broke up because he doesn't think logically that's where he wants to go. Yeah, let's just see where his head's at as of right now. As much as we can see, because again, with free will, we can only see so much into his, reality. But where he stands right now toward Katie. Yeah, he's playing things very close to the chest. Again, though, this does not mean eventually he won't share more of himself with you, but it's just for the time being, specifically the time frame you've given us, about 3 months or so. You might still be, kind of in your own camps or just single people. If you are in communication with him, I think it'll be very clinical or business-like more than romantic or friendly, if that makes sense. I'm not saying this won't or can't happen for you guys, but at least in the frame of mind he's in right now, he's very stuck on the past, very hurt by maybe things that were said or done, maybe even things he said or did to you are hurting him, and he doesn't feel he's worthy of you. I mean, that could even be a potential here, possibility here. I mean, there are so many ways we could read these cards, but at the heart of it, it goes without saying that you two care about each other. Like, that is clear as day here. It's just as far as making that work and it being healthy, that's the sticking point. If both of you aren't completely 100% on board to heal your own individual, transgressions and issues, it might be difficult. But most likely outcome, Queen of Swords, speaking your truth. Both of you being able to openly and honestly communicate. If he's the type that ghosts or disappears or doesn't really share emotionally or even mentally what he's going through, it's going to be very difficult to have a union with him. Yeah, and I really do see you're ready and willing to communicate, but it's just he won't. If he was, then would we go for it? Let's see. But I think very quickly, so there's some plans being made, and very quickly you're going to know what to do. So within 2 months, of the 3-month time frame that you've given us for the reading, I would say within 2 months, you're going to know what direction you're moving, whether that's toward him or away from him. And really, ultimately, this is leaving this up for you and him to, with your free will, figure out, do you want this to happen? Do you want to heal from the past and have a new beginning? Because that is definitely a potential here. But this is also a potential to have the same thing happen yet again, everything come crashing down, separation. And I think the crux of it, or the kind of Achilles heel of this whole situation, is him actually speaking thoughts and emotions to you and being honest. That might be the hard part for him. So, yeah. I would say it's open-ended. There is definitely possibility here. It's just kind of hanging in the balance of if he's willing to put forth that effort or not, which we can't predict because he hasn't, I don't think, made that final decision yet, quite possibly. So really, yeah, you do have about a 50-50 shake here. I know on your end, it's more like, 90-10. Like 90% this would work, 10% it wouldn't. If you were the only person in this equation that we were, pinning this on. But because he's also part of this, and I don't even think deep down he knows what he wants out of life. I think he does on some level, but he's confused about things. And it has to do a lot with just not knowing where he stands emotionally or mentally with, everything that he's had going on in life. So I wish I could give you a more definitive answer, but I would say the most definitive answer right now would be to just work on you, nurture you, do what's best for you. And if he comes back and is, ready and willing to have this new fresh start, then absolutely take it that direction if that's what you want. But I have a feeling almost, and I want to pull a card on this if this feeling I have is right. I have a feeling, I'm gonna put them all back first. I have a feeling that if he does come crawling back, and that's kind of how I see it, like after 3, 4, 5, however many months, he does come crawling back, you will have then already moved on. And like, yeah, I don't know, maybe you've even found someone else, or maybe you found yourself and now you realize you're worth more than maybe what he gave you credit for. But let's just see if that intuition is right, that by the time he does come around, you will have moved on either to yourself or to a new romantic interest. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I would say choose you. In this equation, Katie, choose you, because choosing you can only help him if he does decide that he does want this connection, because you're one half of the connection. So choosing you is the winner here. So choose you, Katie. Choose you, my dear. Oh, there are other men interested in me. Yeah, yeah. I can totally see that. Yeah. And really, it's your call what direction you want to go. The wheel's turning in your favor, what it looks like. But I have a feeling deep, deep down that if you do choose Jordan, it's almost like you're settling, because I think there's so much more opportunity for you to have the relationship you really want, and you just wished it could have been with Jordan. It doesn't mean that you can't have that relationship. It just probably means it won't be with him. Yeah, he just knows how to talk to you. Yeah, what great advice, Amanda. Oh, thanks, Burma. I'm just letting it come on through. But yeah, choose you and just make the best of every moment and just see what happens. And if you feel like going on a date with someone else, then you go in that direction. But if you want to date yourself for a while, you do that as well. Just do what feels best. If he does come back and wants to talk things out and you feel like that's in your best interest, then you go in that direction. But at the very least, I think you're choosing yourself and whatever's best for you in any given moment. And eventually, you'll have waited so long, I think, that you're just going to be like, yeah, I'm over this and I'm ready to move on with myself or with someone else. All right, big hugs, Katie. This has to be very difficult, and I wished I could just say everything's going to be amazing and here's a band-aid for the problems, but like, we all know life doesn't work like that. I wished it did. I really do. But big, big hugs. You're gonna make it through this bigger and brighter and more amazing than you can imagine. It's just, yes. How long do we give people that time? I know. It's more of an intuitive and very nuanced answer to how long do we give somebody. Just, take it day by day and just see how you feel in any given day. And I wouldn't say just wait by the phone or, wait with bated breath for him to finally be the day to reach out to you. It can just be very difficult, Do these people really have years to get our crap together? I know, it's so hard. It really is. Yeah. Yeah, the time thing is very confusing even to me as a 40-year-old. And yeah, Burma, she's 50, she still doesn't know the time thing. Yeah, it's, especially when you're waiting on someone else, their free will is absolutely involved in the outcome of when and how long and should I and would I and could I and yeah, all of it. All right, so I think Burma had posted her question. Let's see. Okay, wondering if we could connect with Scott and whatever spirit wants me to know, if that's okay. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So one thing I've been doing, I've been setting the intention that we are only connecting to the true soul of Scott, not any imposters pretending to be Scott. We are only interested in talking to Scott himself. Ooh, victory. So anything that you've been struggling with, I'm seeing mostly over the last 5 months. Something you've been struggling with that you're going to see the outcome in your favor. Like there's a win here. It may still feel kind of like, well, it's not a like overall victory where you're just jumping up and down. You're just more like, yeah, I knew that. Duh, it should have been this way the whole time kind of vibe. But you're going to be proved right in something that's been going on at least the last 5 months. Quite possibly with someone older than you. Could even be a love interest. Yeah, maybe. And, ooh, the Magician. But you are really utilizing your own free will and your manifestation ability to make life the way you want it to, rather than following along to what someone else is trying to have you go in their direction, or to like convince is like the word that keeps coming up, like convince you to see things their way. So this could be a father figure. This also could be like, I don't know, Jeff energy. But I don't know your life like anymore at all. Like in the last, I don't know how many months, I don't even know what's going on. So I'm as stumped as most. Yeah, it's almost like what's being offered to you romantically or even emotionally just isn't covering it. It's just not it for you anymore. Or it's just, yeah, it almost feels contractual or convenient rather than like, ooh, spicy love, yay, yum, let's do this. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It feels almost contractual, or going through the motions of things, just bored, that kind of stuff. But let's see. Anything else Irma needs to know about this? Whatever is being painted as the picture here. But of course, you would know better than me if this is Jeff, if this is your dad, if this is some other male figure that doesn't necessarily have to be older, but usually the King of Cups presents as someone older than the person we're reading for. And then I'm really reading this as your energy. The King and Queen is really directing me the fact this is a love relationship. So, let's see, why is this what's coming out from Scott? Why is this what Scott wants Irma to know? Because your hard work is paying off. That victory will be yours. Whatever hard work you've been putting in with this, it will pay off. You will have the outcome you want. Whether that is, love, or I'm on my own for a while. Like whatever it is you're going through, you're going to get the outcome you worked hard to get. You're going to get your victory. Whatever it is you want in the situation, you're getting your victory. Let's see. Spirit animal advice. Anything else Irma needs to know? Message from Scott. Message from Scott. Ooh, dolphin, Atlantis. I love that coming out for you. So healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. So yeah, there's some healing you're doing that has to do with gaining some of your past life wisdom. And, just some of the past lives I've tuned into for you is, you helped create this world. You helped create this earth. And of course, really hated to see it bastardized and destroyed and, just completely decimated from the beautiful loving energy that was implanted on it or imprinted on it from the beginning. But getting in connection to the water, specifically ocean, listening to oceans, listening to the dolphins, just coming in with that ancient Atlantis and even Lemurian knowledge of what you know can help heal any current situation you're going through. I can't believe you remember that about me. Yes, I do remember that, but not because I was trying to actively remember that. That's what Scott's showing me. Wow, that's beautiful. All right, anything else Irma needs to know? But yeah, that healing wisdom you need for your current, whatever battle you're currently facing, that you're going to get your victory on. Let's just put that out there twice. Yes, 3 times if we consider the magician is getting what they want. Just stop and listen to this healing wisdom from the past life. This could even be stuff coming up from your shadow that is making you feel less than or unworthy. Maybe even things that people have said to you just make you feel like, piece of crap, or, like you're not good enough. But look, the unknown gift. And this is like a songbird here. So bird symbolism as well. But unknown gift, even from past life, this is a healing gift. Healing gift that is being given to you through working through your shadow. So a lot of times we have to face that shadow to integrate it back into the light to uncover deeper gifts within us. Because when that shadow is running the show or in full operation behind the scenes without us even knowing, it can really take our lives off track. But once we face that shadow, and it's not like we have to do all this deep inner work, tweaking and, as I say, tweaking and twerking around in there to try to, dissect or dismantle the bomb of our shadow. No, just looking at the shadow and observing it is enough to help it heal. Because the reason it's called the shadow is because it's unseen. And then once you start to see it, I got major chills on the crown. So Scott's really coming through to say once you see the BS, you know what that stands for. I'm not going to swear because YouTube and their new rules on swearing. Because when Scott comes through, I just want to become a sailor mouth. But when you observe that shadow, it's no longer unseen. And of course, though, the shadow is not the fun parts of ourselves to look at, or we'd be looking at them all the time, right? So that's like the catch 22 is it's not fun to see these things about ourselves or know these things or learn these things about ourselves, but just looking at them without judgment, just observing, okay, I'm like this, I do this, I show up this way when this happens. Just looking at it without judgment of yourself will help integrate it back to the light. Yes. Yep. You're ready to be out of that soon. Feels like I've been in out of shadow work for so long. Oh, you have an interview too, and not sure about that. Let's tune in. Let's just see anything Burma needs to know about this interview. It's been on your mind so much lately. Aw. Yeah, it might even be through songs. There might even be songs playing, because this is a songbird. That are coming up that he's sending to you that means something between the two of you. But let's see about this interview. Ooh, career and obstacles to overcome. So this interview might be helping you overcome some obstacle in your career. But let's get some specific outcomes if we can, possibly. Oh, heart. So love, deep affection and caring, and then protection from a powerful friend. Well, there's Scott's energy right there. Dog coming in hot. I don't know if did he like dogs? Because he's like down on all fours in my mind's eye, like going woof woof, like just being ridiculous in like the best way though. Like, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've tuned into his energy, but like I am feeling the love. It's so good. Yeah, such deep affection and caring, and he's protecting you. So whatever if this interview has to do with money or bringing money in, overcoming the obstacles of financial burden in your life, you're gonna conquer this. Let's see anything else Burma needs to know about this career. Oh, past life connection to dogs. Yeah. Oh my God, the song thing. That's crazy that you just said that. Woman, dealings a relationship with a woman. So it might be a woman interviewing you or a woman you're working with this interview. I'm not sure exactly what this means. Or maybe a woman told you about this interview in some way on the phone, or let's see. We also have Seahorse, Family Matters, and Dagger, Fear, Worries, Intense Situations. I see this more as just the shadow coming up, like telling you you're not good enough, this interview, you're going to bomb the interview. No. This isn't even true. This is fear, this false evidence appearing real. That's my favorite way to call fear out, But on the back of the deck, this is having to do with love. Or needing this interview to go well for yourself. So it almost feels like you are pinning the fact this interview going well on like your love life or the way you show up for yourself, something like this. So the woman thing's not sure. Yeah. Oh, it's a Mel Cairo. Okay. Oh, my battery's doing the thing it does. Maybe you're primarily dealing with women at this job. So if, women come in for the massage, you're mainly going to be dealing with women. That to me makes more sense now that you mentioned that. Hopefully that won't beep too long at us. Let me just get one more. Just any words of advice or wisdom for Burma, with this interview, just in general, and her love life, and just everything going on. Anything else Burma needs to know before my camera goes? And you're my last donation, so I think I'm not going to replace the battery. I'm just going to let it ride. Because I'm hungry. I'm going to go have some lunch here in a second. But we have here, hidden depths. You only see the surface. Look beyond. And I think that's why the shadow came out, to let you know there's something deeper here. And this to me feels more about your own worries or your own gifts or skills. Maybe you're feeling like you're not good enough. But look, we've got a change coming. As with the falling leaves, embrace change. So going from self-employed to now working with a chiropractor, that could be the change you're talking about, or, embrace changes in your love life if there's something going on there. But just change is good is what I keep hearing from him. Change is good, change is good, change is good. It doesn't have to be forever, these changes you're making. But for the now moment, and I got major chills on the crown and down my arms now. Can we see the goosebumps? No, it's blurry, but they are there. Oh no, Piccoli's here. I don't want to. I'm gonna change a battery. We did get another donation, so I'm not leaving yet. But yeah, change is good. Whatever changes you're wanting to make, change is good. So that's your message. I'm gonna put these away, let this ride out, then I will change the battery. It's still beeping at us. But yes, there it goes. Okay, I'm gonna put these back, and then we're gonna change the battery. I know you can still hear me because the sound doesn't come from my camera, it comes from my laptop, which I'm still trying to figure out a better streaming situation that has better better video, better audio, better quality of everything. But I'm trying to find, because I've heard horror stories about people buying a knockoff dummy battery, and a dummy battery is just one that it'll trick your camera into thinking it's like past its like timeout situation. Oh, there it goes again. Hi. So it tricks it into thinking that there is no battery and it doesn't need a battery, and it just goes on infinity because it plugs into a battery that plugs into the wall. But the one I had, it just never did a thing. It didn't work. It was almost like empty piece of plastic. And I've been doing some research on those batteries so that I won't have to have this thing happen all the time. Every 30 minutes, it will tell me I need to re-record or change the battery. But a lot of the research I've been doing say these cheap knockoff ones are frying people's cameras. And it's like, I have one work camera. I can't afford to have it fried because some dummy battery. I can't. All right. Grabbing a new one. Okay, if you're wearing earbuds, turn it down, take them out for a second. It's going to beep at you for a moment. Don't want to hurt anyone's ears. So here it comes. Taking her down. Oh, it didn't beep that time. That is interesting. Sometimes it does, I guess. Sometimes it doesn't. I hope we're good. Come on. Okay, yay. We're back. Now, let's secure this back up here. Okay. And we're in business. Let me just make sure we're focused properly. Okay. And record. Hopefully we're good. I'm going to plug this little guy in, and then we're going to get to Pika Lee's question. But I hope that resonated, Burma. It is so freaking hot in this room, and I don't know why. It's weird when I channel spirit. It's like, I don't know. This must be what hot flashes feel like. I'm only 40, so I don't think I've ever had a hot flash, but like I get hot like in the solar plexus, and then it starts radiating up to my chest, out my arms, and then I start sweating. That happens when I connect to spirit. Anyone else? It's like I'm an overheated battery. Woohoo! All right. Thank you for connecting to Scott for me. I need to hear that all, and you are always 100% on your readings, woman. Much love to you as always. Much love to you, Burma. It was so good to catch up. Yeah, some get hot flashes from spirit connections. I get hot flash, and hot flashes suck. Yeah, my mom never dealt with that in her menopausal journey, so I'm gonna hope and cross my fingers that I am as lucky as she was. She was one of those lucky, what do they call them, unicorns that just never really had any kind of menopausal symptoms except just, you know, the period not coming back. Lucky! All right. So let's go in for Pika Lee. Hello, Lee. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So we have here, I was wondering if higher self, spirit guides, angel guides, source ancestors have anything need to be aware of or to look forward to. I definitely feel renewed this year and excited for the new year. Yes, let's bring it on, Pika Lee. Let's see. From, of course, we're setting the intent, connecting to the true spirit guides, true higher self, true essence, true source creator, true ancestors, no false light entities pretending to be Pika Lee's guides, ancestors, higher self, or source. So only tuning in to the true source to get the information we need. You've had so many, no period for over a year now. Woohoo! I'm that random weirdo that I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me to have that going on. Like, I'm just like, oh, just a part of life. But I was a really, really late bloomer. I was like 2 weeks shy of my 15th birthday before I got my first period. So I'm like a little late in the game from everyone else. So I guess I'm just like, yeah, whatever, it's cool. It's just a part of life now. I don't know. All right. So let's see for Pika Lee. Anything from her guides, higher self, ancestor, source. What does she need to know? Ooh. We have here the Fool and the Four of Swords. So yes, that Fool energy, new beginning, fresh slate, new clean palette to paint this canvas of life, but also some rest, recuperation, relaxation. Just, to me, this feels more work-related, just to avoid any kind of burnout, which I think you were really talking kind of at the late end of last year a bit about burnout and just not really feeling passionate or inspired at work, and this makes total sense. But, maybe if you can go on some sort of vacation, or even if it's just taking a day on a weekend to just regroup and recuperate your energy, do something you really do enjoy. Try something new. Just doing new things, putting yourself out there in new ways, going new places, meeting new people can really rejuvenate your energy and refill you as well. Lucky, currently on mine and have been eating everything. Oh my gosh. Oh, you got yours at 16. Oh, the latest bloomer in the house. I thought I was. I was like the latest bloomer with everybody I knew. Even like my sister, well, my sister was 12 when she got hers, but she got hers like 2 months after I did because she's 22 months younger than me. So we basically got it at the same time. Really crazy. All right, so let's see. Anything else Pika needs to know? Tuning into Pika's energy, words of advice. Yeah, don't give up. There's something you've been working toward. Don't give up. Keep going. But yet at the, that light at the end of the tunnel, you are maybe feeling a little road weary with just, burnout and everything. But look, that hard work is paying off. This is why we're coming through. Don't give up. Don't give up. There might be some sort of raise, promotion, new job, shift in your position, shift in your job. But that hard work is paying off. This is such a gift after all that effort and work you put in. Let's see. Ooh, some flipped as well. Yeah, and it's coming in quick. So it's going to be very quickly in the new year here that you are seeing big changes, seeing your hard work pay off, becoming even more skilled, more crafted at what you do. I always call this the Olympic athlete card. They didn't get where they are by accident. They've put in a lot of work, a lot of effort. They know their ish. So your past, efforts and endeavors and certifications and rewards of what you know are going to benefit you this year, big time in the work front. Let's see, anything else that needs to come through for Pika Lee. Ooh, Two of Wands. You might be making some plans. Quite possibly travel plans, but also just plans for where you see yourself, at the end of the year or even further down the road. But I also see you taking action on some of these plans as well. And some of these plans might be very spur of the moment. Like a friend calls and is like, hey, let's go skydiving. Or, hey, let's go do this really fun thing. Or, hey, have you heard of this artist? Let's go to their concert. And even though you're just kind of like, yeah, I don't really care about any of that, you're going to put yourself out there and try these things anyway. Because it's almost like you're going to see yourself in a fresh new way. And then look, the magician comes out. It's like through these new experiences, but also doubling down on some old knowledge and wisdom, you're really painting a really beautiful picture for yourself this year to try new experiences, meet new people, go new places, just tune in or tap into even deeper knowledge and wisdom that's already within you. Yeah. Oh, diving into education. Yeah, that makes so much sense right here. Just learning what you want to learn and trying new things, going in new directions in your education that maybe in the past you never would have thought of. Or maybe you thought of and you thought, oh no, I could never. And now you're like, yeah, let's do it. But that might even be, it's very interesting because to me this feels like with work, this doesn't feel notorious or obnoxious in a way. This to me more feels like if you do leave the current job or department that you're in, people might feel a little sad about it. Again, not in a jealous way or a, mean way. It's just more of a, aw, I'm going to miss you every day kind of way. That's really how I'm reading this Five of Swords. And normally it's all bitter and no sweet, but I'm seeing some sweet with this because you're going to meet even more new people if that's, the direction you're going in a new direction. Yeah, look, soul family, temperance, but balance. This is about tuning into your purpose and doing things in a balanced way. So, yes, you're really passionate about this new thing, but you got to continue to go to work and do this and do that. But trying new things is like top of the top for you this year. And then also with the Three of Cups, this is, going to festivals, going to carnivals, having fun, going to conferences, meeting new people online and otherwise, and, just making the most of, your friendships you already have, making new connections, be them, work connections or, personal connections, love connections. Let's just, since we're on the love subject, let's just tune into love. Let's see. Anything else Pika Lee needs to know? And this is the tell it like it is. We can't sugarcoat deck. But I love when it comes out on fire, it comes out on fire. For Pika Lee, her love life in this year ahead. All right, a fair man. So dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Or reconciliation with the pineapple. This one's calling my name as well. Career. You might even meet someone in your love life at your career or through your career, or you just bond over talking about career, quite possibly. And to me, this reconciliation is not like going, back in the direction of Scorpio or Leo or anything like that, but this feels past life for me. Yeah. And to me, the hair isn't so much the thing. It's maybe just the skin tone, like a lighter skin tone than what you have, maybe. Like, maybe even a different ethnicity. Very interesting. Ooh, we have scales. Keep your life in balance. Well, yep, that's what you're working toward. And then chain of events that will affect your life. Again, though, I'm really seeing this chain of events affecting your life for the better. This person might even be a Libra. Very interesting. Definitely feeling a lot of energy in the love department, like a whirlwind. That's exciting. Yeah, definitely want to be out there and have fun and explore. Yes. Well, let's see any words of advice or wisdom in all areas of life from Spirit for Pika Lee. This one's wanting to come out. So we have strength. Don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. Yeah, that's just about, doing, finding that balance between doing the day-to-day, things we know we need to do, taking care of yourself, that Four of Swords that I know is under there, and also balancing that out with doing some fun things. All right, what else for Pika Lee? I did a free collective reading at the beginning, Nams. If you want to check that out, it is there for the taking. And then there's that rest again. Four of Swords, slow down. You don't have to solve everything today. Especially, though, I do see there will be times through the year that you're really, amped up, ready to go, putting yourself out there. It's exciting. But then, a couple days, couple weeks later, you're like, oh, I just want to stay home and go to bed early and listen to your body, listen to your heart, listen to just the ebb and the flow of the energy and of life, because the year 2023 is a universal year number 7, which if you heard me say it, I'm like a broken record at this point, but that hermit energy, very introspective, wanting to learn, wanting to go to college, wanting to, know all the things, not just about yourself, but about the world in general as well. Interesting. So curious about the future partner who's been hiding from me, right? Definitely balance of being out there and resting. Yeah. And I think that's your key, is just to find that balance, listen to your intuition every step of the way with what you need to do, what you should do, what you want to do, and balancing those things out. So yeah, exciting stuff though. And yeah, there might be a big bump up in your career. I do see that coming in pretty prominently. And also in your love life, there's at least some activity coming in here. So. Oh, we got a donation coming in from Nams, it looks like. So go ahead and post your question. We literally just finished Pika Lee, and that was my last donation. So, yay. All right. So, go ahead and put these away. Take another drink of my water. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got your donation, and now you can go ahead and post your question as I put these away, and then we'll get right into it for you. Yeah, super exciting. But I think, you're just really maintaining the status quo in your deep personal, connections. And they're just strengthening those bonds even further this year. More memories you're making. The, what do you call it? Like a separation. But let's see. Let's see what's going on for Nams. Tuning into Nam's energy and her husband. And of course, we can only tune in as much as your husband. So say your husband is out shopping at the grocery store. I can really only tune into his energy as deeply as he would allow any random person in that grocery store to tune in. Just however open his energy is to being read by any random person is about the same capacity I can read into, because we all do have free will. So we'll just tune into the amount of, what he's open to letting us know. But let's just see if he will contact Nams this week to reconcile. Ooh, we have the Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Paint a picture here. Ooh. So to me, he feels deceived. He feels lied to or cheated on, or I won't say attacked, but he feels like they're showing me like a dog licking their wounds, like a dog that was hurt, like got in a fight and he's hurt. So this could be emotionally, mentally, probably not physically. I don't really see this as a physical fight that he was in with you, but just feeling hurt. Even if he had said things to you, he's maybe feeling bad about having said certain things or done certain things. With the Wheel of Fortune here, I would say things are looking a little better than they had been. But with the Seven of Cups here, this lets us know that he hasn't made up his mind yet. Because this is someone who's trying to choose, trying to decide, trying to figure out, do I do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D? What do I do? What do I do? So I think right now, at the very least, he is very confused and undecided whether he is going to contact you this week or not. But we're tuning into this week specifically. So we have collaboration here. He might be very busy at work. So if he has a job, he's at work, he's probably very caught up or hung up on work. He's very busy. So it really doesn't give him a lot of time to sit and ruminate and be emotional about what's going on in his love life. It's been 40 days. Wow. Yeah, that's quite a while. But let's just see. Yeah, he's really working hard. I don't know if he's had a recent promotion or some bump up at work, maybe more money, Christmas bonus, something like this maybe. But he feels to me like at work he's a boss. He's somebody people look up to. If he isn't like, top dog or the boss or the manager or something, at the very least, people care about his input at work. And then or got some sort of raise or promotion, more authority position at work, and he's very busy with work. So I don't think with what we got here that you're going to hear from him this week. But let's just see if we can get some words of wisdom or advice for Nams about hearing from her husband or what she can do in the meantime. Words of wisdom or advice. We have chain. Chain of events that will affect your life. I think you're already in this. Ooh, look, throne, position of a power or authority, which is exactly what this card is indicating and this card is indicating. We have career. This is like the third time this has come out today. So yeah, he's very focused on his career. And I don't think there's anything you could say or do to him right now that will make him shift focus to you this week. But you might have a compliment coming in from another admirer. Could be a family member, a friend, something like this. We also have someone will gossip about your secrets. Again, this might just be your husband. If he is busy working and stuff, he might be thinking just about the things that have gone on between you. I don't see this as someone openly talking out loud about what's going on. But if you do have someone that you've confided in your family or your friends circle, they might be talking amongst themselves about what you've got going on in your life. Dog barking, advice from a friend. So a friend might give you some really strong advice about what you can do. We've got broken wishbone, a wish will not be granted. So I would say you're probably not reconciling this month with this broken wishbone here. But let's just see, any advice, anything else Nams needs to know about this. Will you go home to him this month? Yeah, let's see. Let's just double check. Or any words of advice or wisdom about this. Okay, we have your opportunity. There is no looking for luck. It arrives at unexpected times. So I would say there's a possibility. There's a very slim chance that you might be going home this month, but I would say because he hasn't made up his mind quite yet on what the future holds for the relationship, that I wouldn't sit around waiting for that to happen, that you continue on with your life, make whatever plans you need to make for you, that if he does reach out and you do want to reconcile, then it is a potential. It is definitely a possibility here with the rose, with the love here. Definitely is. But I would say it's not the most likely that he's going to reconcile. And I absolutely do know that he loves you. I can see that here. I do feel that love. It's just, it confuses him. Something was said or done between the two of you that confused that love, that made things very complicated and made things confusing to him. But yeah, I can definitely see that he loves you. Let's just see how he feels before we close out the reading. Yeah, he's trying to tell himself everything's fine, but it's not. Like, he knows it's not deep down. He wishes everything could be fine. But this is the 10 of Swords. And I don't see a reconciliation this month because he's very emotionally hurt. And I think you are too. I really do see there's probably a mirror effect going on with you guys. But there, again, there is a little seed of potential that this could happen this month. But I would say the most likely outcome is that you're probably not reconciling this month, but there still is that love. He still does love you. There still is the potential. This is a new beginning. This is a new beginning in love as well. So I would say between now and March, you're going to have your answer. So if you don't reconcile by March, I would say then it's probably over. But if you do reach out, or he does reach out between now and March of this year, there is a renewed sense of love between the two of you at some point. Even if this is just deciding that it's time to go separate ways, you can love someone without being with them. But let's just double check, triple check. Anything else ma'ams need to know about reconciling this month? Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen this month. Yeah, but it could happen a little beyond this month. But yeah, I just want to get couple more clarifiers. Just anything else. Yeah, use your intuition, use your own best judgment. And yeah, this really is you focusing on you. This is very feminine energy, the Empress and the High Priestess. Come up there so you can see them. This is you focusing on you. Oh, your birthdays are next month. Mine is on the 2nd. Yeah. Well, if you have a way to contact him, reach out, say happy birthday, send him a gift. If that feels like something you want to do, I think you can do that. But this is you taking care of you, really nurturing yourself, using your own intuition to know what's best for you in any given moment. And yeah, planning to give a divorce if he doesn't reach out this month. Yeah. And with asking one final time if he was going to reconcile this month, the Death card could indicate words of wisdom or advice for Nams in this month or two about the divorce or potential reconciliation. Anything else she needs to know. We have Dare. Take a risk and fly. So I would say if you want this to work out, just pull out all the stops and put your heart out there and just tell him you love him if that's the case. Otherwise, the risk would be to end the marriage if you don't want to be married anymore. But I think there definitely needs to be, if he's at all willing, like a big like conversation that you have for both of you to get all of every last bit of it out on the table. Yeah, you can ask one. Oh, he had a tattoo of your name on his finger. Aw. Yeah, and I'm not sure what transpired or what happened between you for him to leave. But whatever it was that happened, he still can't get over it. Let's see if he's had it removed. I don't see that it's removed. I don't. But let's put these back and just ask. I don't see that that's the case at all yet. Because again, he hasn't made up his mind if this is completely over. Yeah, but let's see. All these back. I stagger them so they don't come back out in a big pile with the same cards again. All right. So let's just ask, has he had his tattoo removed? I'd say no. He's keeping things the way they were for now. Yeah, because he's still undecided if he wants it to be completely over or not. That's why he hasn't had it removed. Even if you've heard he did, like if someone told you he did, I don't think he has. With this combination, he's too undecided to make that big of a decision. So no, he hasn't yet. Yeah, look, hangman on the back. He has not decided to have that removed yet. Never had a big fight. Interesting. So maybe it was just the little things that added up for whatever reason he left. And if you don't even know what that reason is, that probably is very confusing to you as well. Aw, big hugs, Nams. I'm so sorry you're going through this, but take care of yourself, get enough rest, eat proper foods, do things that bring you happiness and joy, because that's what's going to help get you through all of this. Whether you are going to get back together or you're going to leave this chapter in the past, either way, you're going to be there for yourself no matter what happens. So, take the very, very best care of yourself. Aw, you are so welcome, Nams. Big hugs, and I really do wish that this wasn't happening for you right now, but yeah, he does love you. Yeah, no, he doesn't have someone else. I don't see anyone else in the picture unless you count his job as someone he could be married to. He's very focused. That's an emotional response, like let me just lose myself in the work, or if he's just very stressed out at work and he knows a lot of people depend on him at work. But at the very least, he's very devoted to his work right now and not another love connection. So you don't have to worry about that. At least not right now, anyway. So big hugs. Oh, he's in fitness. Oh, interesting. Oh, a trainer. Yeah, he's very focused on his work and doing what's best for him with his work. So yeah. Hello, new subscriber. We do have at the top. So if you're gonna donate through PayPal, it's $22.22 for a full. Call a one card, but I never stick to one card. That's a short. And then in the if you do super chat, it's a little bit more, just because YouTube does take like 33% of the cut of what you donate, which is a vastly different amount than what PayPal would take. So I just adjusted the pricing because of that. That's the only reason those two prices are different. But yeah, if you want to donate, now would be the time. I'm about to sign off, but I would absolutely love to do a reading for you if you would like to. You're so welcome, Nams. It's such a pleasure to see you. I really do hope we have better news for you next time. I do. Oh no, it went out. Okay, so at the very top or in the description, I have the information. That's usually the best way to figure all that out. But it's $22.22 for a full reading, or $11.11 for a one card, or just a shorter reading, basically. And it's a little differently priced for super chat, just because YouTube takes such a huge cut. But yeah, whichever way you want to pay, the price might be a little different. So check the description of that. And then, yeah, I'll just be hanging out, drinking my water for a minute, and decide if you want a reading or not. Oh, Junking Data Girl is here. Hello, my dear. Hello, hello. I hope it's not still cut out. You're going to do PayPal. Cool, cool. All right, well, we'll be here. When you get back, though, make sure you pull the live bar all the way to the right so that you are up to date with the time. Sometimes if you leave, exit out, come back, of course, we're still live and you get stopped, I guess, right where you were. Oops, I just dropped 2 decks of cards. Let me put those. Everywhere. Let's see, what did I do here? Okay. All right. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking. I've been live almost 2 hours, so I think he's just like, where are you? Come hang out with me. But he barks all the time, so par for the course. All right. Okay, so get all these shuffled up. Ready? Nope. It's so hard because they look so crooked when I'm looking at them straight on camera. They look straight, and then I look here, they look very crooked. Not that you guys probably care as much as I do, but yeah, there we go. A little bit better. All right. Okay. Hope you're all having a fine Friday. If you missed the very beginning of the live stream, I do have a free collective full moon reading. Today is the full moon. It's in Gemini in Vedic astrology and in Cancer in Western astrology. Feel free to check that free reading out if you would like to see what we uncovered in that reading. Yeah, my dog's still barking. All right. Oops. Dropping stuff. Says we have 0 people watching, so I take it that he's not back yet. I don't think I've ever had a silence that long on my live streams. Moment of silence for me and 0 people. Feels kind of funny. Oh, now we got 1 person watching. Yeah, and if you're back, feel free to scroll that all the way over to the right so you're caught up to the live time, not like lagged behind a couple minutes. I'm just waiting. If you're just joining us and you're not the person we're waiting to come back, someone went to donate and they were going to come back. Hopefully soon. Yes, we got your donation. All right. So what was your question? We'll get right into it. Okay. You already had the 10 of Cups wanting to come out, which is a good card. All right. And I'm going to maybe make a comment over here too. Yeah. We might be lagging behind. Oops. Oh, and my camera stopped. Let me get that fixed. Okay. Yeah, you might be lagging behind. If you left the browser to go to PayPal, you might want to scroll the time bar all the way to the right, or close out and come back in fresh is another way. Okay. Oh, so we got your question. Want to know how my ex Tamara feels about us getting back together, and does she want to get back with me? Okay. Perfect. So let's see. So D and Tamara or Tamara. Spirit knows who I'm referring to. How does she feel about getting back together? Well, we did have the 10 of Cups flip up as I'm just kind of waiting for the question. It was shuffling, which is a good indication. Let's see if we get some other good cards coming out. Okay. So I can totally see that this is maybe the current state or even the past energy of things being over. But we do have justice here, so there's a sense of balance. So, if there were a lot of grievances, a lot of hurt in this relationship, things are, ooh, look at this. I don't think this has ever happened to me. We have the Everything is Fine card coming out, which is basically a duplication of the 10 of Swords. So to me, it still feels like, for her, it's like saying on the surface, yeah, everything is fine. But knowing the deep wounds of, the breakup and just whatever led to the breakup, are still very present. Yeah. And then this is the breakup itself, I think. And then the 6 of Swords is moving on, doing the healing work. I would say at least right now, energetically, she's still deciding that she wants to keep the distance or the separation. We have the 9 of Wands here, which is, I call it my Olympic athlete card, like not wanting to give up. And I'm really reading this more as your energy of, knowing that there's still enough left to salvage. You want this to be a relationship, and there is still a potential for that to be the case. There would have to be a lot of healing involved, overcoming, having a deep conversation about everything that happened that led to the breakup and, the reconciliation of it all. Let's see what the most likely outcome is for him and Tamara. Oh, we got the strength card here. So relying on your own source of inner strength. Did she move or sing someone else? Yeah, I don't see that there's another love connection, at least not in the cards we have yet. Yeah, she might. This is interesting because this came out in the reading we did a moment or two ago. The Three of Pentacles of working together, collaborating. But this to me feels like a work energy. So she might have really put herself into work mode. And that is something, I guess, at least on the just kind of trajectory of what a couple people that have broken up recently in the readings we've done today, they're kind of throwing themselves into their work. I think she's moved on or is being kind of tossed between moving on emotionally from the connection with you, but it's difficult because I don't know how long the history you had. To me, though, it feels, if it was a shorter relationship, it feels to me it burned bright and hot while it was going on. If not, this to me indicates a longer term relationship. If you guys were in a longer term relationship, of course it would be much harder for her to just pick up and move on. Even if she physically moved on, emotionally, she hasn't moved on yet. I do see that. My heart over here hurting, Dad. She's a Libra. I'm an Aries. Together 4 years. Yeah, I definitely see that long-term relationship for sure, for sure. Yeah, and I don't know, because to me, Leo season, which Leo season for Western astrology, I think happens during July and then the earlier part of or first half of August. I don't know if there was a significant thing that happened with you guys in that time, if that's when you got together, if that's when you broke up. They're really directing me to like Leo season, so summer energy. But let's just see if there's any potential or possibility at this time. And of course, things can change because basically what we're doing energetically with this prediction here for you is taking a snapshot of her current energy, at least as much as she'll allow us to see. So think of someone, I just used this example, so if you heard earlier, my apologies, but think of the example if Tamara, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, if she is out grocery shopping and she brushes by a stranger, we're able to pick up as much as she's open to allow even that stranger or someone in a grocery store to tune into. So of course, we can see she's emotionally sad, emotionally not over the situation. But we can only tune in as deep as she's going to allow us energetically to kind of spy into her life here. But as far as what's going on now, she's not completely emotionally over you. So, I mean, that's a win in your direction. And of course, things can change because we're taking a snapshot of what's going on right at this moment of you're getting this reading. Broke up in November. Okay. This came out in reverse. So unbalanced, unsure of what to do now. But at the same time, she has really thrown herself into her work or maybe even a passion project. I do not see another love interest though. Not yet. So she still only has emotions for you at this point. But let's see the most likely outcome as of right now, if there is a chance of reconciliation between Tamara and him, please, Spirit. Most likely outcome with this current energetic snapshot. Wow. And this is how we kind of started the reading, kind of waiting for you to come back to the live stream. This is happy family. This is emotional fulfillment. This is connection. So I still see, yeah, slow and steady. It might not be this overnight thing, but I do see, because she's not emotionally over this, that there is a very big potential for this to be a reconciliation. But I do feel for that to be the case, there has to be some healing in this relationship, doing things differently, moving on from the past transgressions, healing through them as best as possible, and starting over fresh, new slate, clean slate. But I think in order to do that, there has to be a coming together and having a really big, deep conversation to get all those grievances out on the table and, you know, to have that one last hurrah with the past of the relationship if you want to be able to have that new beginning with the relationship. But let's just see anything else. According to this current energy, most likely outcome, most likely scenario. Yeah, it's gonna, you know, there's gonna have to be that conversation where, you know, the he said, the she said, coming together and battling it out, you know, with words maybe or with emotions to really get to the heart or to the bottom of what caused the love to become a breakup. Told her you wanted to do this differently, and that's why I'm in my head because she isn't budging. Yeah, yeah. Because things could definitely not continue the way they were. That tower was on fire. It was just a moment of time before it would crumble. Doesn't mean the relationship itself was doomed, but the way that you guys were doing the relationship, the cycles, just the day-to-day operation of the relationship wasn't working anymore, and that's why the breakup had to happen. Um, but yeah, most likely scenario or outcome right now is you need to have another conversation to figure out how to move forward if that's potential. But it's going to definitely be a lot of hard work. This might even be, you know, getting outside help as far as maybe a counselor or third party help in some way. I know there's like different relationship and love coaches online and stuff. I've never looked into anything like that, but I know they exist. So that could look something like that. But also both participants, you and Tamara, being very willing to put in the effort, put in the work to make this relationship strong. Because you do have this really deep, like soul bond. I mean, soulmate connection with the two of you. It's just the way the relationship, like the cycles within the relationship just weren't working anymore. It's not that the love is gone. It's just that maybe things got a little off the rails with how life was being lived in the relationship. But it's not over. Yeah, issue was communication. Do you think I should walk away honestly? Because I'd hate to be stressing myself to death already, losing so much weight, stressing. Well, big hugs to you. Let's just see if it is in your best interest to just walk away. What is yeah, making that decision for yourself. They're not going to give us a clear-cut answer, but at the heart of this, I would say it probably is for the amount of work that's going to be needed to put into this. It would probably be easier to walk away. But whatever you decide to do, whatever it is you decide to do, you're going to see that that was the right decision for you. So let's get one more. Best possible outcome for D. Cruz on overcoming or bringing this back. Yeah, you're feeling very unsure right now, but I would say probably your best case scenario, and this is advice I've given a couple other people today, but it keeps coming through, is to basically choose yourself in this. Choose yourself, because if she does come back to you, you've been choosing yourself, you've been taking care of yourself, you've been nurturing your relationship yourself, healing your relationship with yourself, healing from whatever happened in this connection, that if at a later time you did want to reconcile, that would be a potential. But I would say for now, just to choose yourself. So I guess in a way that would be you walking away, choosing you over her right now, and then just seeing where you get, because it might just be that no matter how much effort and work you put in, you would not get the communication from her that you want. Yeah, this does really represent your love for her, but the Chariot also represents a crossroads of, do I try to reconcile, or do I choose a different direction? And we can get a clarifier on that. But I keep hearing choose you. Yeah, making those plans. And really, you choosing you is kind of how things have been going lately, without that need for her to come back. Just kind of, because here's the thing. In a relationship that breaks up, if you energetically kind of wash your hands or walk away, the other person will feel that. On some level, they will feel that. And it will either be the thing that makes them come running back, or the thing that lets you know that, okay, yeah, that door is closed. So you choosing you and walking away, it will give you the answer you seek. Because if she energetically feels you walking away, she's and doesn't want to lose you, because she's still emotionally connected enough that she wants to make this work, she will come back. But if you choose you, walk away, and you don't hear from her, that's also, a response as well. Yeah, I can see there is a lot of confusion here, because the twos do represent confusion or trying to make plans. You got 3 of the twos in the deck. So I can see how, confused or thoughtful you've been about, do I do this? Do I do that? And even this is a dualistic kind of energy. But I would say the best information we're getting here is you choosing yourself, because you're one half of every relationship you are in. You choosing you, if she does come back, is ultimately also you choosing her. But at the same time, I would not be waiting for that other shoe to drop for her to come back. Just, in your mind, just say, okay, and maybe this is it, and starting to move on with your life in whatever way that looks like. But whatever you do, take the best care of yourself. Do the things that bring you joy. Do the things that bring you happiness, because that will be you choosing you in every moment. Yeah, so does she feel the same about me with the Chariot? They say it's the new moon that's got us all breaking up. It's just crazy because she knows I love her and want to make it right with us. Yeah, she does know that. But I think at the same time, she's realizing the amount of work and investment that would be on her part to make things right. And that might be more difficult for her, how she contributed to the breakdown of this relationship, than for her to come crawling back and apologize and try to do better, if that makes sense. So I would say, let's just see if there's any words of advice on the situation with Tamara and moving forward, whatever that looks like. Yeah, we have dog close-up pleasure with a close friend and dog. Wow, do you have a dog? Spending time with your dog, if you have one, would really be helpful. But that dog energy is pure and loving and unconditional. So if you don't have a dog, just a close friend, pleasure with a close friend, protection from a powerful friend. Hanging out with a friend that understands you on a deeper level could really be a benefit to you. And don't feel like you're being a burden to this friend, because this friend could, and if you don't have this type of friend, get a dog. That dog that will never tell your secrets and that will always have your back, no matter what. But then we have ladder, climbing towards success. So, if you've been wanting a dog and you say, no, I need one, maybe getting a dog, that would really benefit your life. And it would give you something to focus on that wasn't just everything that's not gone right. But yeah, a chain of events that will affect your life for the better is how I always say this. There's a chain of events that have happened probably since before November happened that are affecting your life. But I see you choosing your own happiness over, opportunity or windfall. So there's going to be an opportunity for you to have something to focus on that brings you happiness and joy. That opportunity is coming up. Let's get one more. Anything else he needs to know? Yeah. So this friend could also be someone, so a fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair, even fairer skin, this person could have. And also Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. I'm not seeing an aggression, but this is someone who, maybe this friend is an Aries. Ram represents the Aries astrological sign, but also love. Overcoming the obstacles that have been going on in your love life might help bring in a new romantic interest. I know that's probably the last thing on your mind or on your radar right now, but a lot of times as we move on from one relationship, start really working on ourselves, and just, 4 years you were with her, that's a long time to really, a lot of times we will lose ourselves in our relationships. And then when that ends, we need to figure out who we are. We got to kind of reclaim the past 4 years of our lives and discover or rediscover who we are. Let's see, parents or family involved in the breakup. Change and sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, fresh start. I do see that might have been the case. But if that was the case, I do feel that she may have exaggerated things you said, things you did, to make them feel more on her side. And not to say anyone's right, anyone's wrong, but really, energetically speaking, I think you had a more open heart than she did. You were more willing to communicate than she was, and she would project a lot of her problems onto other people. Yeah. So if her family did have anything to do with it, it's more them just backing her up based on what she said to them or told them about your relationship. It wasn't that they were the cause of it, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'd say she was the cause of it, not her family, but they probably are supporting her through this based on what she's told them. But yeah, big hugs to you. I would say the biggest thing here is to focus on you, love yourself, treat yourself the best you can. If you can get a dog or a really close friend, that's a really good thing to do. Just work on discovering again who you are, what you want in life. What are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your passions for life? and really just running in that direction. It's really going to benefit you because all you're going to do is strengthen who you are as a person for any future love connection, whether it's her or anyone else. So big hugs to you. I'm so sorry you're going through this. It has to be so painful. Yeah, and so it's so interesting because I don't do like a lot of breakups and am I getting back together readings normally, but I had like two of them today. And then a third one was kind of undecided. So, yeah, I will pray for you. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes if someone uses a petty excuse for a breakup, yeah, I know with that 8 of Cups, I know she's still very emotionally and, you know, emotionally connected to you. But it's almost like she was trying to maybe make an excuse to get out of the relationship because it's almost like to fix the relationship was a lot more work than to just walk away. So it's almost like she took the easy way out. To go back, you said that she didn't want to be with me, right? Because if that's the case, I'm gonna run. Yeah, yeah. I think she's definitely chosen her position in this, and she's chosen herself and whatever that looks like. I don't see there's any other love interest or anything. It's not like she chose someone else over you, but I think she just realized the relationship and maybe even the contributing factors that she contributed to the relationship. It was going to be a lot of hard work and effort. What you were asking her to do, doing things different, was going to be too much for her. That it was just easier for her to walk away, which actually says a lot more about her than it says about you. That she doesn't have the stamina to work this through. So, yeah, she was in an abusive relationship before me. So every issue we had, she saw, yeah, yeah. And it's not that she's in the wrong. It's just that she's got a lot of healing to do. And I think on a subconscious level, at least she knows how much healing she's going to have to do to make this work with you. And it was just too overwhelming for her. It's not that she doesn't love you or can't ever love you again. It's just right now it's too much for her. And I would choose you. If I were you, I would choose you. And if, and maybe, hey, maybe by the time that if it ever does come that she wants to come back, you might have already moved on and said, no, time's up. I've chosen myself, or I've got a lovely lady in my life. Because really what you're opening the door for yourself, when you do all your healing work, you're going to start attracting someone else that's really done their healing work as well. That's just how it works. That's how it works. We usually attract someone who's going to trigger us to change into a better version of ourselves. And it sounds to me like she wasn't up for the challenge anymore. But there's probably going to be a lovely lady out there for you that, not that that's where your head's at right now. I'm sure you're just barely like, I don't even know if I want myself right now, but no, big hugs to you. You're going to do this. You're going through this and you're going to choose you. Yeah. It's probably why you said she's somewhat undecided right now. I had a reading a while back. They said she will probably come around in March, but things change, I guess. Yeah. And we can only, as tarot readers, as psychics, as seers, as whatever you want to label it, we can only really take a snapshot of the current energy of where she's at mentally, physically, emotionally at this time. And she's still got those emotions. If she heard something bad had happened to you, she would probably rush back to your side and feel really bad. And she's still emotionally like she loves you, on a deeper level than just a relationship. But I don't think she's emotionally or mentally ready, especially with her abuse past, ready to fix all the damage that she's contributed, that her past relationships contributed. It's just too much for her right now. And I think instead she's chosen to just, go her own way. So yeah, big hugs to you. I know you're going to be able to eventually, maybe not right now, but eventually see that this was probably the best thing. I really can feel such a powerful future for you. And it feels good. It doesn't feel like she's in it though. As far as a love relationship, I don't feel she's going to be the one for you because you deserve someone that's actually going to put in the work. At least I think this can help you know that it's time for you to choose you. That's the biggest takeaway, is to choose you. So big hugs to you. And yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. I'm going to go have some lunch. I got to pick my kids up here in a while from school. So you all have a wonderful Friday. Have a happy weekend. everybody out there, choose you this weekend. Do something fun for yourself. Do something that you enjoy. That would really help lift everybody's spirits. So yeah. All right, you guys, if you would like to know, since you're still here, hopefully, feel free to go over to my other channel. It is linked in the description below. I have a pick a card reading. It's called The Journey Home to Yourself. I think those that are going through a breakup or a really difficult time right now could really benefit from that pick a card reading. So it's my most recent reading that I posted this morning. It's on my main channel, Harmony Portal Tarot. It's linked in the description below if you want to check that out. And I have a bunch of other pick a cards and also daily readings over there. If you would like to check out that channel, you can find that stuff on demand anytime you would like to check that out. Feel free. And I hope you all have a wonderful, fabulous weekend. I will be back here on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for yet another Woo Woo Wednesday show. And I hope to see all of you there. I don't do zodiac signs over there, but you know, I do love zodiac stuff. I don't do it mostly because I think I do more pick a cards and like daily messages. But you can go to my daily message playlist, and one of the cool things that I have people do, or you know, that I do for myself sometimes, I'll just put that playlist on shuffle and just see what message I need in that moment. It will usually come up, and it usually resonates like crazy, and it's so cool how it all works out. But yeah, you can feel free to check that out. But yeah, I'm gonna go have some lunch. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. All right, you guys.